Welcome to Nintendo Ninja News. I'm your host, Chris Dices, and it has been a very busy November 2017 with a whole stack of reviews that I've done, video game reviews. I think I've done about 3 or 4 this month, which is quite a lot. I've done a lot of unboxings and things like that. So, on this NNN show, we'll be talking about what it's like to sort of do video game reviews and how I do it and things like that. And I thought it'd be interesting to sort of have a chat about it. It seemed that I've been doing a lot of it. Now, I'm not a true professional in any sense of doing my reviews. I think the way that I do reviews, and obviously there's some games I have reviewed, and others that I have or have not, which the physical collection is growing a bit. So basically, I just take a note pad and pen, and I just jot down notes as I play the game. Anything of interest that grabs my eye, I'll write down. If I make comments about the music or the gameplay or something that kind of catches my attention. If something stands out in terms of something that's bad, I will write it down. I don't think I'm a reviewer that sort of purposely pokes at the game hard to see if there's any flaws in that. I'm not someone who would talk about frame rates and things like that. Unless it's something obvious, such as Rocket League's game on the undocked mode, the handheld mode, where the resolution doesn't seem as good as other games. So I sort of take down notes and things like that, and then what I do is I look at it and I see if that's enough information to make a review out of. And I think the hard thing that I've thought about is, do I need to complete a video game in order to fully review it? Now, Pokemon Ultra Sun was actually very hard to review because they decided to unlock Pokemon Bank just after I did the review. If I had Pokemon Bank, I could have raced through the game a little quicker and get it. So, and I think even when I played Mario Odyssey, which is sitting back up there, I'll go and grab it. So when I reviewed this game, lucky for me, it was an easy game, skill-wise, and I could crush through the game pretty quickly. But for me, I don't think I enjoyed it as much as I could have because I was worried about, the sooner you get your review out, the better it will be for reviews and people will see it more and enjoy it and da-da-da. And that makes it hard. And here at Nintendo Ninja News, we don't get review codes. So what I mean by that is that we don't get copies of the game before the actual release. So, gaming journalists are given a few days to do the review, and then they can release it at midnight or whatever time the embargo is lifted, and people can see your review as the game is released or just a few days before it's released. And I think that's the difficulty for me to do reviews is the cost and finding the time. Now, Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon is like 25, 30 hour game that you're going to go through. Do I need to know the post content? Probably the reason why is because the post content was important and pretty much the only major change in terms of this game. Still a fantastic game. Still gave it a 9 out of 10. So, Mario Odyssey's a 10. Skyrim I gave a 10. Might have been a bit biased. But I think the portable mode really works out well. Now, the next part is that I take screenshots of the game, and then I sort of do like a voiceover. So, I look back with my notes, and I sort of actually lean back in my chair and have a talk about the game and how I feel about it. I think the way that I review it is if I was talking to a mate or a friend about a game, and I go, well, I like the graphics and things like that, and I think this was well done, and it reminded me of this game, or this thing I didn't like. So it's sort of more of a conversational review. And I think people don't mind it. The reviews have gotten some alright views and comments and things like that. So I think that's the way that I'll keep on doing it with the screenshots and some video content that's probably not by Nintendo because of the funny duddy stuff on YouTube. So I guess that's the way that I do reviews, and I've done quite a few because there's been a lot of the games coming out. You know, Skyrim and Pokemon and Rive Ultimate Edition by Two Tribes, and now I've picked up Has Been Heroes, which is an old game, but I think we might have a go of it and see what it's like. And maybe I might do Splatoon 2 as a review. I did ARMS, which was a written review, so I might do a little screenshot review for that. So that would be very, very interesting. And there's other Switch games to review too. So that's the way that I do reviews. And I wonder for other gaming journalists, does the enjoyment of the game gets taken away by the pressure and the deadline of getting that review done and finished and things like that? You know, I have Xenoblade Chronicles 2 coming up. That's, I mean, to get past the main game, that's going to be 40, 50 hours. And that's going to be a long time. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But yeah, well, that's the way that I do reviews, and that's pretty much it. So that's it for the NNN show. Everything else for November is going fantastic, and I'll probably do a couple live videos to catch up with everyone on the channel. So that's it for me, and I shall see you next time.